and gentlemen. I'm Aaron Nix. Good Lord, I've been caught off guard here, I tell you. I'm Aaron Nix, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Rumble Wrestling TV. It is time to make history once again. Rumble Wrestling presents a steel cage match. The first ever tag team steel cage match in Rumble Wrestling history. And only the third cage match in the history of Rumble Wrestling in just 40 years. I say just 40 years. It's quite a stint. Congratulations, Stephen Barker and the gang. And here we have the two individuals who just met in the middle of the ring, quite accidentally. Cali Gray and Jack Landers. Cali Gray in the black and white tights. Jack Landers in the black trunks, the black boots and knee pads. And the two men standing tall right now in the red and black. On the left is the Mal Mason British lightweight champion Nino Bryant, and of course his younger brother Leland Bryant, just 17 years old. The Bryant brothers flying high here, ladies and gentlemen. Leland Bryant, of course, 17. Nino, the eldest, still in his early 20s. It's disgusting just how talented they are for their age. Looks like Cali Gray and Jack Landers, despite getting the jump early on in this matchup, not favouring well as referee Anton Green is inside the steel cage, provided to us by, of course, SWF and Power. Look for tag team offense there from the Bryants, and Leland sent into the corner, and now a lovely flying enziguri, courtesy of Nino Bryant, to spring heel Jack Landers, who's getting absolutely cream crackered here at the hands of the Bryant brothers. Lovely standing shooting star press from Leland Bryant. Pinfall, 2 count only. Bobby Davis at ringside capturing all the action for the videography this afternoon here in Medway. And of course all the photography that you can see on our lovely Facebook page, courtesy of Tony Ham, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, there is more than one way to win a steel cage match here in Rumble. You certainly can win by pinfall or submission, but you can also win by escaping the cage. And might I remind you, as it is a steel cage match, there are no disqualifications. You can do as you please. And the ultimate weapon, of course, is the steel cages. Nino Bryant tastes steel. Not for the first time, by the way. Nino Bryant, of course, making history as part of the first ever steel cage doubleheader in the history of Rumble Wrestling back in Ashford. Unfortunately, coming up on the short end, being screwed out of the All Nations Championship, which was re-won by Tate Lopez with an extremely devastating hand courtesy of Shen Wu. Cali Gray, the Black Rose of professional wrestling. They don't come more darker, more sinister, but more talented than Jack Landers and Cali Gray, ladies and gentlemen. And it is, well, maybe not an honour for the Bryants at least to have them back here at Rumble Wrestling, but a lot of people love what Jack Landers and Cali Gray can do here at Rumble Wrestling, and are hoping they're going to get to see them a lot more. But frankly, you're not going to curry any favour with a Rumble Wrestling audience by beating the hell out of our heroes, the fabulous high-flying Bryant brothers. And Bryant able to save Leland Bryant, at least for the most part. And now the Bryant brothers teeing off with right hands, cut off at the pass by spring heel Jack Landers. And the Black Rose himself, Cali Gray, like a standing integrator there from Cali Gray. Really, in my estimation, one of the most underrated wrestlers in all of British professional wrestling is Cali Gray. And that's before we even get started on Jack Landers, and a beautiful back breaker applied to poor Leland Bryant by Cali Gray. And Jack Landers is now going to apply a vicious elbow drop right into the heart, right into the chest of Leland Bryant. Medway having a hard time building some support for the Bryant brothers, and a jawbreaker from Nino there, who creates some separation now. He's teeing off on Mr. Springfield himself, and obviously giving up quite a bit of size by the Bryant brothers, especially to Jack Landers, the bigger of the pair. Now a vicious shotgun dropkick drills Nino Bryant, nowhere to go between the unforgiving cage and Jack Landers' boots. And poor Nino Bryant suffered the indignancy of this steel cage, and now standing enziguri and a stunning inverted, well, I don't even know what you want to call that. Maybe we'll just call it the Dark Rose for now, but a beautiful offensive maneuver by Cali Gray. And a form of hammerlock clutch, and just drilled Nino Bryant into the floor. And I tell you what, Jack Landers and Cali Gray, as inventive as they are devastating, have full control over the Rumble Wrestling favourites here in the Bryant brothers. And stiff axe handle smash, and man, Cali Gray and Jack Landers really bringing the meat here this afternoon in Medway in Jeddah, the Leisure Centre. He's rammed to the rafters here to witness history. Bryant brothers attempt to escape. It's almost like they think alike. The stereo offense is just so fluid from Leland and Nino Bryant. The only Bryant brothers we're going to see this afternoon, of course, in our main event, Xander Bryant will have it all to do. A very, very special opportunity for Xander Bryant, as he will also step into the steel cage. But right now, we're talking about Nino Bryant and Lena Bryant looking to overcome the devastating pairing of Cali Gray and Jack Landers. Both teams have just been absolutely non-stop out of the game. You can see the amount of energy already expended. Thank our friends from Compelling SW providing such an armor steel cage once again for Rumble Wrestling. Couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you so much for your help, your support, and frankly the incredible team headed up, of course, by the legendary Vinnie Madison company. Done a hell of a job getting this cage up in record time, might I add, ladies and gentlemen. During the intermission, and a super kick right on the money from Nino Bryant to Cali Gray, and Jack Landers stuck in the pillow and stick. It's a double super kick, and the big man gets taken off his feet, and Cali Gray sent between the ropes, double super kick, nowhere to go, crashes into that steel fencing, and now poor Jack Landers is left alone. Beautiful spear neckbreaker combination, the Bryant takedown that we have seen so many times here on Rumble Wrestling TV, and it looks like the Bryant brothers are going to look to escape this steel cage. Could ask referee Matt Wilson on the outside to open the cage door, but instead the Bryant brothers, I'll tell you what, Nino's out. Nino's out and over the top, and meanwhile, poor Leland Bryant is caught in the ring by Cali Gray, and Nino Bryant, I don't think realises. Nino Bryant thinks he's won, but what he doesn't realise is that poor Leland, he's completely at the mercy of Jack Landers and Cali Gray. Oh no, this is bad news. Vicious knee lifting. Nino trying to will on. Oh man, Nino Bryant super kicked in the face, and now beautiful blue thunder bomb by Cali Gray. Nino Bryant is going to be forced to just watch as Nino Bryant somehow able to kick out. I thought that was going to be enough right there. Nino Bryant, dare I say, made a mistake when he left the cage. He just assumed, I think, that his brother Leland was in stereo on the other side, and now Nino Bryant desperately trying to regain, and the cage is rattling, and I do believe that might have something to do with the fact that Nino Bryant is shaking the everlasting hell out of it on the outside, desperately trying to will Leland Bryant back into the fight. Speaking of which, Nino Bryant is, never mind willing yourself back into the fight, Nino Bryant scales the cage and gets right back in again. Nino Bryant proving that blood is indeed thicker than water. The bonds that the Bryant brothers have is absolutely unbreakable. Nino Bryant risking it all to return to the cage to help his younger brother Leland. And now a vicious Claymore kick. Ducks the clothesline for Jack Landers, comes off, and a kick again takes Jack Landers to the floor. Well, the bodies are certainly hitting the floor here. This has been an absolutely frenetic tag team steel cage match, and it's the low blow by Cali Gray and Nino Bryant, and frankly there's nothing referee Anton Green can do about it. It's a steel cage match, it's no disqualification, tough. Well, you know what, as far as I'm concerned, and to catch myself there, ladies and gentlemen, and man, I'll tell you what, the Bryant brothers have caught quite literally everything, courtesy of Cali Gray and Jack Landers. And Cali Gray, Jack Landers and Cali Gray, I do believe, have said it's time to ascend and escape the cage. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do here in this tag team steel cage matchup, the first of its kind in Rumble Wrestling history. And Jack Landers and Cali Gray want the extra bit of history of being the winners on the record books. Leland Bryant able to catch Jack Landers right in front of one of Bobby Davis's cameras. Watch out, those things are expensive, ladies and gentlemen. And look at this, we've got men in either corner. Leland Bryant and Jack Landers in one corner, standing precariously on the top rope, and on the other corner, in the exact same position, is Nino Bryant and Cali Gray. And Nino Bryant, dual kicks. Oh boy, that is bad news for the future generations of the Gray and Landers family, and Tree of Woe is an understatement. And Looks like Nino Bryant could escape right now if they want to. Nino Bryant says, get over. Now's our time to escape. And unfortunately for Landis and Gray, they're stuck in a precarious position. They can't get out of the ropes. And that is going to give the Bryants the perfect opportunity to escape here. Up and over they go. And it's just a matter of when, not if, they land and win this tag team steel cage matchup. The Bryants have escaped the steel cage and are your winners.